Hey guys, it's Red here. How are you today? I keep asking you how you are every time, don't I? Well, that's because I care. That's because I care about you. Today I'm going to be reading some r/Tales from Retail. So get ready, because these are always really crazy. Okay, here's the first story. If you want a refund, you have to buy the product from us first. Essential backstory. I work at a computer store. At the time of this story, I worked at the returns desk. It would often function as a customer service desk, but technically there's no customer service desk as members of the staff are expected to be able to help with every aspect of their respective department. Everyone's customer service. Also, know that I am allowed to be very flexible with our return policy as long as it's within reason. Also, I hate working the returns desk. This day was like any average retail day. The store I work at is run relatively well, so the day passes by smoothly. That is until about an hour before my shift ended, when a teenager comes up to my desk hoping to return some computer parts. This includes RAM, a motherboard, and a CPU. He doesn't have the receipts. However, receipts are not required as long as I can find the transactions in my point of sale system. Thankfully, he has an account and I'm able to find the RAM and motherboard. The RAM I was able to give him a refund on, no issue. However, the motherboard was about 50 days old. Our return policy is 30 days. But I was feeling nice. He's a kid after all, and I remember how confusing I found the world when I was his age, which was not that long ago, but it feels like a lifetime. I told him I couldn't give him his money back, but he could exchange it for a new one or get a gift card, which was standard practice for returns outside of the 30 days, but within 60.
Well, I can't have a gift card. My dad will get mad.
Okay, but I can't give you your money back. You're well over the return period, so it's either a gift card or an exchange.
I guess I'll get a new motherboard then.
Which one do you want?
The same one, I guess.
At this point, I realized that I had forgotten why he wanted to return it. It wasn't required anymore, as any open product at this point would be sent back to the distributor for inspection anyway. Turns out his computer wasn't working after he put it all together, so he needed new stuff.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not working.
Okay, did you want to look around for other stuff, or did you want me to call a salesman over to grab you another board?
Just give me a new one. Now, are you going to refund me for the CPU?
I hadn't gotten to the CPU yet, as I was still pretty new to returns and I was doing them one at a time to make sure I didn't mess up. Now, of course I have to be careful about returns, make sure the item is the correct one and all that, but I have to be extra careful with CPU returns. So I open up the package to do my checks and I instantly realize why this customer's computer wasn't working. For those not in the know, the CPU is a small square chip that essentially acts as a computer's brain. Super important. And extremely fragile piece of equipment. Depending on the brand of CPU, there may or may not be pins on the bottom that are essential for the functionality of both the CPU and the rest of the computer. They are extremely easy to bend or break. However, it's also extremely easy to not bend or break them. So there really isn't a good reason for someone to damage a CPU. This kid's CPU looked like he took a hammer to it. Well, this is why your computer isn't working.
What?
The pins are smashed. Nothing in the computer can work with damage like this.
Oh, well, can I return it?
I didn't want to say anything yet because I felt bad for the kid, but we were unlikely to take it back due to the damage, and that he clearly bought it over 30 days ago as I had yet to find the receipt for the CPU. It was a pretty expensive CPU, so I was hoping that management would make an exception and let him exchange it. So I kept looking for his receipt for the CPU. He didn't have a lot of transactions, so I figured I could just brute force it and go through them one at a time. And yet, I couldn't find it. It wasn't on any of his receipts. I'm not finding the CPU under your account. Is there another name it could be under?
We could try my dad's name. His name is Teen's dad.
I look up his name and no account shows up. There's no account under your father's name.
Oh, he doesn't have an account. I'm the only one who shops here.
It's at this point that I realize I'm dealing with a teenager who is slightly stupider than your average teenager. However, I keep my composure and keep moving forward. I try not to treat people differently based on their intelligence. In a last-ditch effort, I checked the transactions based on the CPU's serial number. We have to manually attach transactions to accounts, and sometimes the cashiers neglect to do that for any number of reasons. However, when I scanned the serial number, nothing popped up. That was weird. Did you buy this at this location or a different location?
Different location.
I admit, I should have asked that sooner so I could have pulled up the remote search window from the get-go. However, when I pulled it up, it showed that he had never made a purchase at any of our other locations. He had only ever shopped at my store's location. I'm thinking it could be a glitch with my POS and hoping that I could access more complete central server database. Which computer store location did you buy this from?
Oh, I didn't buy this from computer store. I bought it from Amazon.
I just looked at him silently. I didn't know how I got to this point. Why did he think we would take his CPU that he bought from Amazon? So I asked, why are you trying to get a refund for a product that you didn't even buy from here?
What do you mean?
You didn't give us the money for this. You gave it to Amazon. Therefore, we don't have the money to give back to you. That's at Amazon.
So, I want my money back.
Your money isn't here. Your money is at Amazon. If you want your money, you need to go to Amazon.
So you can't take care of it?
No, you did not give us money for that CPU. That CPU has no monetary value here that I can give back to you.
Can I exchange it?
I'm afraid not. We don't do trade-ins. I assumed he was talking about a trade-in.
No, I want to exchange it.
Internally, I'm banging my head against a wall. How could a teenager not understand the concept that a return can only go back to where he originally bought it from? In order to do an exchange, you would need to buy this product here or at one of our other locations. But you didn't. You bought it at Amazon. There's nothing more I can do for you. You need to send this back to Amazon.
So you're not going to help me?
No. At this point he leaves, and I'm relieved that he eventually understood. Or so I thought, because not even a minute later he comes back with my manager.
He wouldn't let me return this and was mean to me. I want a refund.
I'm sorry about that, sir. Do you have the receipt?
No, I bought it last month from Amazon.
I kid you not. That is what he said. Why would I give you money for something that you didn't even buy from us?
Are you saying you won't give me a refund?
There is no refund to give, and nothing I can do for you. The teen storms off to a salesman and says to them,
They were mean to me, called me names and won't give me a refund for my item.
That's not my department. It's their decision when it comes to refunds. The teen then storms off and tries this routine over and over again, each time getting more and more upset over the next 20 minutes until he's quite literally ugly crying to the store's general manager about how horrible everyone was to him and how he won't give him a refund for his CPU. The general manager then asked him to wait and came to me. Why won't you give him a refund for his CPU? At this point, I don't really care how old it is. He didn't buy it from here. He bought it from Amazon. Ask him. The general manager did just that. When he heard that the teen did, in fact, buy the CPU from Amazon, the general manager essentially asked him why he thought we'd take it and give him a refund. The teen said someone in the repairs department said we'd take care of him. This turned out to be a misunderstanding or a lie, as the technician was only saying that I was the one who handled returns, not that I'd definitely for sure give the kid a refund. Eventually the teen left, tears in his eyes and without a refund. He later left me a survey review that I made fun of him, threw his items on the floor and refused to give him a refund. We have cameras. My general manager had that review dismissed. It is insanely annoying to get a survey review dismissed, so it shows just how ridiculous the general manager thought the situation was. So the kid learns this from his parents, I'm pretty sure. So he's got a Karen in the family and he's going the same way by the sound of it. Absolutely ridiculous. That is not how you get what you want in a store. I hope you guys enjoyed that r/Tales from Retail, read by me. Read Did you know I'm red? Yeah, I'm red. That's right. Please give the video a like. And don't forget to subscribe as well if you haven't done that already. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.